Do you struggle to keep your fake skins clean while you were tattooing? In this video, I'm going to share with you how I go about cleaning mine clean throughout the entire process. Believe it or not, I do get asked often how I keep my fake skins clean while I am tattooing my tattoos. I can kind of see how that could be something that we can easily overlook. However, the solution is also even easier. Let's say I just begin tattooing with no ointment on my fake skin. And this is a demonstration of that. So I would be tattooing with absolutely no ointment. And then I wipe away. You can kind of see how there's some smudges there. Not too much at all though. But you kind of see over time as we keep doing this, especially if we're getting a lot of pulling with our ink, it's going to become really messy and almost unmanageable. So if I kind of go that way, you get the idea. So over time, it's just more and more messy, and it's kind of gradually getting worse. It's not coming off. So you can only imagine if you repeat this process throughout, how it can get pretty darn messy quick. However, if I get some ink here and I apply it, you can kind of get the idea. Over time, it's going to get pretty messy quick. And then as we wipe, for whatever reason, it gets more dark, as you see. Now, I'm sure a lot of us experience this, and this can be really frustrating, especially when we're first starting out, especially when we want to actually just focus and practice on our technique. How I go about cleaning this and avoiding this is by using simple petroleum jelly. You can see this is a Walmart house brand petroleum jelly. All you have to do is get some on your fingertip. You can see here I have a generous amount. I'm going to place it over, and I'm just simply going to work it into the skin. And you can kind of see how it's loosening up what was a moment ago difficult to remove. And if I wipe, you can see how it cleans it right on up. Just like that. To avoid even getting here to begin with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some ointment. I'm going to apply a very, very thin layer over the area that I'm going to tattoo, so that way when I wipe away, it's easier and it's more clean. And not only that, we are going to have to actually be moisturizing the skin before we tattoo it on human skin, so it's just good practice. From here, you can kind of see I have ointment. Place it around, make sure that I am comfortable, and then I begin to tattoo. If I dab and wipe, it's much cleaner than the previous attempts. So that's the secret. Petroleum jelly is how I keep my fake skins clean. How I keep my workflow clean throughout the entire process is I get a very small amount, apply it to the area that I'm tattooing before I begin to tattoo it. This part's important. You don't want to go get this much ointment, apply it, and then tattoo over that. That's exactly what you want to avoid. You're going to clog your needle. You're not going to get adequate ink flow. So even if your technique is correct, you're not going to be able to see that. So don't saturate with too much ointment. It really is challenging sometimes to get the right amount. So when you're going for ointment, make sure you're just using small amounts. Put it over the area and surrounding areas that you're going to be tattooing. And then go ahead and do it like so. There we go. It's that easy. And from here, even if I were to go over, it's not going to smear and get darker like it did before. We deposited a clean, solid, consistent, saturated line. I would essentially repeat that throughout the entire process. What if you're doing this and it still doesn't work? You're probably using this type of fake skin. So you're going to see that here is real skin, and then right here is a more rubber felt fake skin here. Now, for me personally, when you use these, I've only experienced adverse results. It is very hard to clean. This is actually one of my first fake skins from my earlier days, and this is one of my first tattoos I ever did. You can kind of see it right there. I'm going to show you, even if you are doing this correctly and you're following all of these rules, how it could still be pretty hard to clean just based on the quality of the fake skin that you were using. So I'm going to apply some ointment to an area. I'm going to just kind of apply a line here. Immediately it feels different, the skin here. So if I wipe away, you're going to notice that we get a lot more mess, so to speak, and a lot early on too. So even if I get a generous amount here, we may get a good cleanup, but it may not be fully clean. So when we're done, you can kind of see if we apply full tattoos, how it can be kind of difficult and hard to manage. Now I'm actually surprised that this one got that clean right there to a point where it's presentable, and it really doesn't do justice to get my point across. However, the surrounding areas, you can still kind of see, are still very, very dirty. So it really just depends. You can kind of see that these areas never really fully cleaned up either, and they stay stained. And again, we have tried to clean them, just stays that way and it stays that way, and it's very, very difficult to clean. So it could be the quality of the fake skin that you were just using, which is what's giving you these adverse results. For me, this right here, vigorously wiping, isn't something that I want to practice when I am practicing tattooing. So if you're experiencing these results, more than likely it's because you're using a rubber felt fake skin versus something that's more silicone based. Always go for a silicone fake skin. I would recommend Trueskin. Trueskin is a fantastic fake skin to practice on. This is real skin. Real skin is also great, but you can kind of see here that that's a dramatic difference in terms of cleanup. The process is simple, the process is straightforward. Simply remember to use a small amount of ointment, apply. If you apply too much, take it off, apply your line, wipe away, different results. You can kind of see how it just gradually gets worse. So depending on the fake skin that you are using is going to determine your overall tattooing experience that you have. You can kind of see that's very difficult, it doesn't really come out there. More smearing, as opposed to if I do something like this here, maybe right here, even if I wipe away, you can kind of see it's not nearly as messy. Apply a little bit of ointment, and we're good to go. That is it. That's all I have for you today. I do hope that you can find some useful information in this video. If you're just starting out or wanting to learn how to tattoo more in depth, I do have a book that's available on Amazon called The Fundamental Tattoo Handbook. You can go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, type in Daniel Yuck or The Fundamental Tattoo Handbook. You will see that book pop right on up. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. I'll do my best to assist you in the best possible direction. That'll be it for this one. I appreciate you, your time, and your support. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day.